eating snacks.
What to do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I'm here with Sin. I'm here with Jokes.
Yo.
And it's time for another episode of Spoiler Boys.
Spoiler Boys.
That's right. And we are here to spoil episodes 5 through 8 of Daredevil. Let me apologize for us being a bit behind. It's been a little busy, Awesome Con, other things, you know. Life is life, and we are here right now so that we can discuss these 4, I'm gonna say, pretty incredible episodes of Daredevil. The last episode we did for episode 4 by itself was, at the end of that episode, I was in a place where I was like, look, they don't give me some Daredevil next episode, it's gonna be a problem. Like, I might be upset.
They heard.
Kind of. They didn't give it to us in the next episode.
No.
It
Some
took a
Daredevil
little while.
stuff, but it wasn't Daredevil.
Nah, it was Daredevil-esque. There was a red mask. You know what I mean? Like, you know. So while I have been much better than lukewarm on the series itself, I was beginning to feel a little like, come on, dog, y'all gotta give me some Daredevil. Like, what show this is, and I know what show it is. It's not Matt Murdock born again or whatever. Like, y'all gotta give me something. And here's the thing, like, I have a high appreciation for like the importance of the double life and like leading a double life. Like, I chief things about Batman is that, like, you have to make Bruce Wayne as important as Batman, or like Batman doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I feel that in this, and I think it's important, but like, hey, come on, dog, let me get something.
Right.
Like, you know, like, come on, let me get some. You can't just you can't just cook in the kitchen and just like wave the scent into the other room.
At some point, that meal got to get put on that table.
You gotta put something on the plate. You know what I mean? You at least gotta send out some hors d'oeuvres or something. Like, you don't walk in the Fridays or Applebee's or whatever, and the first
appetizer.
Gotta get the appetizer.
Yeah.
So and then when you do that though, then you kind of get the palate wet for something else. They gave us the appetizer in like the first episode, with the oneer and the whatever, and I'm like, all right, cool. Are we eating good in this joint? And no, it's just been cooking. I'm sitting in here wondering what's going on in the kitchen. What are y'all doing back there? You know what I'm saying?
Wait till episode 6.
I don't know who to blame. I don't know if I'm mad at the waiter. Hey, dog, did you put my order in? You know what I'm saying? Am I mad at you know what I'm saying, in the back? What's going on in the back of the house? Who called out today? You know what I mean? Like, somebody, y'all shorthanded? What's happening? Let me get this. So I say all that to say, episode 5, with interest, it's the name of the episode, and it's a bank robbery. I
just laughed when I saw that. I was like, y'all can be in the worst predicament right now to have him in there with y'all. It's like, y'all are screwed.
You know, the thing is, he went back.
Yeah.
He was out. He went back. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Look, let's just, elephant in the room. Probably, honestly, the most important thing that happens in this is the fact that it's Kamala's father.
Yes. That was great.
Hey, listen, when I first saw him, I tilted my head for a second because I was like, wait a minute.
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute.
I know this dude from somewhere. Hold up for a second.
Thinking that he was playing somebody else, but then when I saw his name tag, I was like, oh, we doing this right now.
We did it. We did that now.
That was pretty fun.
It was there were some important moments, right? Like they're dropping some gems, like, oh, she's in San Francisco right now, she's over in California. Okay, well, what is she doing? Let the speculation station take off right now, because what is she doing over there? Because that's where Ant-Man stay at. You know what I'm saying? But also where Bruno went to school or was supposed to be going to
Mhm.
school at the end of her show. And she
Should be
might be down
Cassie.
there trying to figure out
Mhm.
what's going on with the
Mhm.
mutant thing that he dropped. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a you know, Pop's out here giving out financial advice. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
and it's not the first time we've seen him do that. So I loved it. I love it. I thought it was
Yeah.
a great cameo. Just kind of have their paths cross the way that they crossed.
Agreed.
Now, do y'all think Daredevil was lying when he was acting like he never heard of her? He never heard of Miss Marvel. He don't know nothing about her.
There's a part of me that wants to say yes, because but it's just stupid. It's New York. There's just no way.
She's in Jersey. She's in Jersey.
You're right next door, and
Yeah, he knows.
you get the news reports and everything. You're gonna
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You're a lawyer.
can't
You,
see.
you pay attention to all that stuff. You know what I mean?
He can't see it.
He's gonna read. You know, he's gonna read. You're gonna read it. Yeah.
Put your palm down, sis.
see
Well, I'm just look. Matt has a lot going on,
True.
and very into it. It's in a world where these people exist and these kinds of things happen. It's possible that he ain't really think nothing of it. Oh, there's somebody else who could do a thing. You know what I mean?
I think it's more something like that. Like he probably saw it in passing or going through the topics of the morning or something like that. Like, okay, there's people out here, you know, doing things. Okay, since he is working to help vigilantes and stuff like that, so I could get him taking a peek at it, it catching his interest.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember that, like, what happened to her. You don't have to remember. You probably don't remember. It's been a while. But thinking back on her show, and not that we're going to spend a bunch of time talking about that for Daredevil this episode, but to my recollection, the majority of what happened to her did not happen in Jersey. Like she has stuff that happens there, but most of it is secret. Like you see her on the rooftop practice and stuff, but I'm talking about like anything that's like big and would be the kind of thing that somebody will report on or whatever. Like there's the one thing that happened at the cosplay competition or whatever and
everything that happened at the end with the government
whatever,
trying to grab her or whatever, making all that noise around the city and stuff like that. That could have made some noise.
Definitely. But like nobody necessarily knows what that's about.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's not necessarily because that's a secret thing. Like it's not like
most of the stuff happened in India.
Right.
She went back home.
Yeah. Yeah. All of the stuff that kind of was out in the open and even that wasn't necessarily public facing. You know what I mean? So like it could be, you know, understood. And again, her biggest adventure also did not happen on this planet.
Very true. Yeah.
So he could be like, who? Like, you know, who? I don't know what you're talking about. So I can see it being a little more difficult in passing. But the importance of just kind of finding a way to tie the MCU all together, have some level of cameo that says, yep, nope, we're in the same world. This is actually happening. You know, him being in the bank to try to get a loan for the firm. I don't know. It almost kind of seems like a one-off. Like if things are that bad, because there's no discussion between anybody at the firm. Like,
there's no sense of urgency at the firm and like that. Nobody's bringing it up. Like
they seem fine to me. You in the nice.
Well,
you in
other
the
than
nice
the fact that she seems to just be like, why you keep taking cases at pro bono? Like, why you keep taking cases for free? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, again, whatever bet Matt's father made on himself.
You brought that up,
because my man grew up an orphan, went to law school. You know what I mean? Came out, got a nice apartment in New York.
The original one they had was nice. I get the whole people didn't want it because of the bright ass billboard right there, shining all that light in there all day and all night long. I get that. So
got a good price, yeah.
But this new one too is not. There's no slouch.
No,
no slouch.
He be bringing Jones home.
Yeah. No slouch.
Jones, like no, Matt Murdock brings home.
He gets him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He be pulling
Yeah.
them.
Like, yeah. The bank, bro. Why are we in the bank, bro? Why are we robbing the bank, dog? Why are we stealing a gem from the bank? We need a catalyst. We need something to tie something together that has something to do with
Something.
these infighting mobs or whatever, and something
Mhm.
to kind of set it off to kind of get my man back in that place of like, I can't keep these things I can hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta put the horns back on eventually.
Yeah, that's what we get. I mean, the episode is good. Like it
Yeah.
feels really short. It just kind of happens.
It
It's
did
in
feel
and it's
short.
out.
I enjoyed it, just seeing like, okay, like just like I said, laughing at the beginning, like y'all really robbing this thing today with Matt Murdock in there. This ain't gonna go well for none of y'all. He whooped Slim on the staircase.
Yeah, bro. Having Shorty show up to do negotiation, my man's like, tell me a joke. And she's just like, all right, I got one for you. It was a decent joke. My man actually laughed. Like he laughed at that.
He
Joke.
did. He did.
He laughed at it. Yeah, I mean, look, Matt, the episode itself is kind of throwaway.
Mm-hmm.
You might have been able to get away with doing the season without that episode. But I like the episode. Like I wasn't completely mad when it was over. It felt like it happened fast enough. It didn't really drag in any places. It gives you enough like kind of food for thought stuff with Kamala's father being there and whatever that by the time it's over, like you're like, oh, all right. And well, there's another episode, and them giving us another episode back to back. I think that's why they did it.
Did it? Agreed.
They knew that episode, like if
and
that
the second one actually having Daredevil in it. Yeah, helped.
If it was just that episode, and then it was like you gotta wait till next week to get something.
Yeah, no.
Would have had to fry it. It would not have been a good look. But it gives us the setup that we need to get to Muse. So let's talk about Muse. What a threat. For like 2 episodes.
So mad about that. I'm so bad about that.
That could have been the whole, honestly, most of the
whole. Talk to me about that. Sam, what
like I was looking forward, like I know nothing about Muse, so I was looking forward to really getting to know him better and understand and all that kind of stuff. And I was looking forward to seeing him throughout the show, but he dead now. So that's it. That's how I get. I pretty much get 2.5 episodes of getting to know Muse. So it's like, okay. So I was disappointed because of that, because I was really looking forward to getting to know and understand and learning this character. And he was gone just as fast as they brought him on screen for the first time. So
yeah, I mean, like that's one of the things I think the show is doing. Like it's moving through character, like it's just like things are progressing really quickly. I think there's been a build up, but things are progressing really quickly. And the episode 6, again, having White Tiger's niece like show up to ask Matt for help, and Matt I mean, like, listen, kind of can't like just. Like,
she was speaking of facts, getting to him. Like
she was,
he
just can't tell her what really can tell her. But I feel her. She's like, nah, something got to be done. People just disappearing. Like my uncle was on to something, and they're not doing nothing about it. Nobody cares. I was like, dog, 60 people is a lot of people, dog.
Yeah,
it's not like this is the thing that's crazy about it. It's not like Slim was just like grabbing raggedy homeless
people or something. No, all types, just hookers.
It didn't matter.
People, it didn't matter.
Hey, that blood was equal with everybody.
Like, people just going 60.
That's insane.
He was working a lot,
bruh. 60 is nuts.
Yeah.
60 is nuts, bro. That's a person a day for 2 months straight.
That's capturing them, getting them in a secluded place, draining their blood, then going out and paint your mural with it. Like, that's a lot of work that he was moving around the city getting done.
Bro, big old murals too.
Yeah, not no little small thing. That wasn't no just stand there for 5 minutes. My man's standing there for
an hour minimum. Minimum.
And let me tell you something. What a talented artist. Slim had skills, bro.
He did.
Skills, bro. You know, I feel like you're right, saying they definitely could have done more, like with the character.
I like the look of them, like how they did them up and everything. Like I like everything about it. I was like, okay, cool looking dude, somebody brand new to get into, new villain introduced to the MCU. All right, let's see this build up of this character and everything. Nope,
not for the MCU, for this show.
Nope, got Slim out of there.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was clear she was gonna do like again, super telegraph. It was clear she was gonna do something. He was going to capture her or something. Now, I wasn't clear on whether or not she was going to survive it.
Okay.
I will say that. I was like, I don't know. The way this show is going, are they really going to kill this little girl, though? Like, that's going hard, bro. So I was a little like, I don't know if they're really going to do that. But I was a little concerned. Slim really jabbed like a turkey baster.
Yes, into her thigh.
Yeah. And was like...
Get all the juice out of this.
Hey, listen, for a second, I was like, I didn't think it was going to happen. Like, I was like, oh, Matt just going to show up quick enough and stop that jump. But when he stabbed her, I was just like, oh, she about to not make it through this episode right now.
That's what I'm saying. I was a little concerned. I was like, oh, they really kind of like, that'd be crazy if they kill her and her uncle in like a 3-episode stretch. That'd be crazy. But she had a potty mouth. So maybe they was like, listen, she had a cold, dog. Like, hey, dog. But like, it also makes me wonder. Look, maybe it's just it's a comic book trope or whatever it is. What was she going to do? What did she think she was going to do? What was she going down there to actually investigate and find? Like, does she not know about the amulet and that the amulet? Because it seems like everybody knows that the amulet is what gives White Tiger the power, because Matt talked about it. Like, he literally said while he was on the stand, like, yo, like, he didn't have his amulet, blah, blah, blah. And he went and tried to stop this thing from happening anyway. Right. So he brought it up like it's common knowledge that White Tiger gets his power from the amulet. Now, she got the amulet. He went down there without it. And that's
going after a serial killer. Like, sweetheart, not the right move. Not the right move. No backup or nothing.
Saying. And like, we don't really get to see what happens to her, but like, it's a simple joint, and then she's over the shoulder, bro. And my man is like,
let's go harvest
walking
this.
her down the tracks. Yeah, like,
it's Tuesday.
My man's just like, oh, that's sweet. They coming to me now. I don't even gotta go get them. What are we doing, dog?
I think one of my new favorite things in the MCU, just seeing what happens, is just like Captain America when he throws that shield at somebody. For some reason, when Daredevil chucks that baton at somebody's forehead or right between the eyes, I love it every single time. That thud.
Bro, listen. I tried to tell you. You should have watched the new Spider-Man joint. I told y'all he be throwing that joint like it's Cap shield.
Right here, every bink.
It's yes. And he really chucks it like it's. And I'm gonna tell you what, Muse was eating them joints.
He was,
and he was eating them hands and feet.
Hey,
Daredevil was beating the shit out of him.
But he wasn't, bro.
I was shocked the first time. I was like, oh, he got some little comeback. He know a little something. All right, so I'm glad they didn't explain how he knows that. But and then I'm like, bro, you should have took some more classes. You should have stuck around and paid attention a little bit longer, because Devil was on you, dog.
Nope, got that overconfidence. Like, I'm good. I got what I need. Nah, but there's still 3 more classes left. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't have killed his Taekwondo teacher.
Right. He should have got some more lessons out of him.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck, dog. Listen. I'm a hater, bro. Let me make it clear, dog, because I'm such a hater. But I'm a sucker for like. I was literally when they was fighting in the little underpass under the train station, and I was like, "How does this man have hands, dog?"
That's
like,
exactly the first thing I said. I was like,
"Why is he so nice, dog? Like, why?" So for them to like take the time 2 episodes later to be like,
just throw it out there and explain it. Yeah.
Did you know I was taekwondo? Like they're going over his whole history, did taekwondo, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm looking at the timeline from when they moved the taekwondo teacher into his house to when he killed him, and I'm like, it's no way Slim got that nice in like a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Daredevil nice, bro. Like he was nice, bro.
He was hanging for a little second. Then Daredevil started getting busy, getting more busy.
Bro, listen, here's what I'm gonna tell you. It's not so much that he had the hands to keep up with him. It was more that he could eat the damage that Daredevil was dishing out. Like that's more of what it is. Like he might come at him and Daredevil like whoop 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 bang, flip him. He lands on his back hard as on a wood. Like anybody else, that joint probably would have put him out. You know what I mean? He slammed his head against a wall, boom boom boom. You know, anybody else would have been a wrap. This dude's insane. And so he's just continuing to go. You know what I mean? And for real, the only reason why I feel like he ran at the end of that episode was because it just like all of what everything was thrown into disarray. Like nobody's supposed to come down here. Nobody's supposed to catch me. This dude's been gone for however long. And there has to be a certain level of guilt that like a Daredevil feels for giving it up.
Yeah, and something like this happening. Yeah.
And you know, whatever. Mind you, there are other vigilantes, and I don't know that they're doing quite enough to like tell us who those people are. Like, come on, man, like, because they keep saying Matt. So we're not talking about Luke Cage,
right?
You know
or Jessica
I mean?
Jones,
yeah. So who are we talking about? Like, I know we mean Spider-Man, right? But like. Spider-Man and White Tiger, if that's all you got, then I don't understand why the city in the mirror open.
Well, they did introduce us to a new quote-unquote vigilante in these 4 episodes to Swordsman.
We need a vigilante task force. It's one dude. Because the other dude, somebody shot him in the head.
Point blank, yep.
Valid.
And then there's Spider-Man. Okay, so it's 2 dudes. Punisher ain't out there doing nothing. He's chilling.
That dude.
He mind his own business right now.
That's what I'm saying. So what are they talking about? Mind you, he made a task force with no vigilantes in the street. Like, again, this is where like the kind of stuff that they're doing, even though I'm enjoying the show, this is where the kind of stuff that they're doing is like, I know you're doing things that are leading up to like why, like I'm gonna create a task force and they're gonna be able to do whatever they want, blah blah blah. But like, but Daredevil didn't exist anymore when you did it. Like he wasn't in the streets,
right. So it has to be something out there in the streets to make you have to put the task force together. That's not Daredevil.
White Tiger's dead.
That would mean it'd be over.
You put the vigilante task force together for Muse because that's not a vigilante task force. That's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense. So I have some issues.
Got it. Yeah.
But I know we're going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And okay.
See where we land at first. Yeah.
Yeah. Having rescued Hector's niece, you know, and Matt is like coming unraveled.
Oh yeah.
I'm not positive how I feel about it. I like that he gets flustered and gets upset. It gives him some like real personality to an extent. I understand like the demons that he's dealing with and like the loss of Foggy literally and the loss of Karen as a friend, a person to lean on in that, in that sense, having to kind of start over from scratch, making a decision to not do the Daredevil thing, and then feeling like I'm glad they finally gave him a moment when he's talking to her to say like, bro, everything we're doing is for no reason. Like, and finally kind of feeling that pinch of like, the Punisher's right. I gotta kill these dudes. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta kill these dudes. You know what I mean? And struggling with what it means to continue to be the good guy, trying to do the good thing, and like, if you kill them, you're no better than they are, kind of mentality, right? It's an interesting struggle with them trying to portray that for Matt, and kind of watching all of the relationships around him unravel as he unravels is also interesting to watch. It has that Spider-Man effect, that Peter Parker effect. How am I going to pay my rent? I'm stuck taking pictures of myself, and it's just for somebody that hates me. Now you are living with the person who you had to go save, who's telling you that you weren't there to save them, without knowing they're telling you weren't there to save them. You're only there for yourself. Dog, listen. I know Matt wanted to be like, I slapped this. Like, no, you ain't. Hey, listen, here's the thing, dog.
I jumped through a window on a high rise for you.
Bro, listen. In the most unsaid, blackest moment I have ever seen in Daredevil, dog, he was like, you can't possibly think that like Muse and Daredevil are the same, but she's like, sure I can. Like, he's like, nah, he was there to kill you, and Daredevil was there to save you. Right. He's like, was he? Like, he was there for himself, dog. No Bulldog, watch it again. The look on his face, dog.
I said,
he just wanted to be like, listen, I came there to save you.
It like, with literally saying no words, it was like you could see in his body and his face, he was like, how you gonna tell me? Like, how you gonna tell me? Like, it was like, how you gonna tell me what I was there for? Like, I know what I was there for. You know what I mean? And she's like psychoanalyzing and like, that's what her job is who she is. Hey, dog.
He was high. She said, I saved me. They were saving themselves. Put a jacket on, like, hey, look.
I was like, Daredevil saved you. She was like, I saved me. Hold on, dog.
Look, if somebody didn't knock on the door just then, he'd have went off.
He might have lost it. Like, it probably would have been the end of their relationship, only for it to turn around and be, dog, again, I love the way they do certain things. Like, dog, listen, Wilson Fisk, bro. God, dog, bro. Sending Mans to Slim apartment. Like, how'd you know? How'd you know she was
here? Listen.
So how do you know him?
I don't.
Hey, dog, and she was so, like, for real. If I'm her, real talk, dog. If I'm her, and a man just stalked me and tried to kill me, a serial killer stalked me, tried to kill me, and in not so many ways blamed you for being the reason why he's been doing what he's been doing to everyone. And then somebody who you know who he is, you should also be like, how you know I was here? You got people telling me, like, what's she? Though when she told Matt to calm down, like, yo, she told my man, watch your tone. You know whose house you in?
You know, I saved you last night.
My man just wanted to,
like, yo, listen, the utter frustration. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a truer depiction of like the utmost frustration ever, dog. Like, that situation of being like, okay, so the woman I love that I saved thinks I didn't save her, but not only thinks I didn't save her, but thinks that I was only there for myself for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Loops me in with the serial killer as the same as whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then technically my arch nemesis now knows who she is and is making sure that I know that he
And that
knows
+1 on
who
there.
she is. Dog, for the it couldn't have, it couldn't, like, yo, Kingpin couldn't have begged for better timing for him to show up as they're having that argument, bro.
Facts.
He just wanted to wish you well, make sure you're okay, and give you this. You're invited to the ball. And my man's like, he didn't really invite you. He don't really care. He just wants to use you. And she's like, you sound crazy, Matt. Oh, dog. Like, yeah. It's just it's so well put together, and like Vanessa's heel turn, dog. We got hold on.
Uh-oh, you about to sit up?
I'm not gonna say I ain't see it coming. I saw it coming. But when man showed up and was like, look, he basically told her, get on board or get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And for real, to me, I'm thinking to her, like, who's he think he talking to?
Right.
Like, I understand you're trying to compliment me, but you're also threatening me.
Yeah.
Like, you think you just, oh, she just got with Slim. Hey, dog, Luca came to me, told me, whatever, he gonna try to kill you. She text Slim, dog. He's by himself. I said, it's no way. There's no way. So I know as soon as he walks in there, he getting hit in the head. Now, I will tell you this. I thought somehow after what they was doing with Bullseye that they was going to do something to let Bullseye out, and it might have been him.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, dog. His right-hand man. He walked in up there 8-2 with the silencer, though, dog. For what? Who's the silencer for? There's nobody else there.
Extra precaution.
Yep.
It just made it so cold, bro. The silencer was strictly for the cold, bro. It's cold. It just was so cold, bro. Yeah, my man Fisk ain't even turn around. I knew he was there. He knew he was there. Cold, bro. He don't get his hands dirty.
Unless he whooping the shit out of Cuz in the basement.
Hey, dog. Also, I knew right. Which, by the way, dog,
that was cold too. Threw that man an axe. Like, go ahead, Cuz. It beat the living dog shit out of him down there with them ham hocks.
Walk Vanessa into the joint and just be like, listen, I promised you I would not kill him, but I love you, and I cannot go on. If not with you, then I can't. The key or the hammer?
She made her choice.
She picked the Fisk. She could have picked up the hammer and shot Fisk, but clearly that doesn't work because Maya already tried that.
Yeah.
She let my man have like, yo, he been in a cage. You know how long he been in that cage.
Yep.
You could have shot him in the head once and been easy with it. Why you had to do him like that? You know what I'm saying?
Put a few of them in there.
My man Adam been in that joint.
The full beard, the long hair, like it, bro. You.
He looked like Jesus, bro. He looked like Jesus. She shot him. They embraced, had a little kiss, and when the cinematographer.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the camera angle with that
like little diamond in between their necks, and his face was. I said they made him look like Jesus back there. And his name Adam, bro. And just like, what do we do? Like, she's like, you know what? I'm all in. I'm on board. But we gonna do some gangster. Like, we not just gonna do. I don't know exactly where you're going with this mayor thing. You need to fill me in. I want, like, the thing for her is like, she just wants the power, and she's missing the power. And to be honest, having Luca come to her behind Kingpin's back and say, look, you know, when your boy sent what's her name with the money, she was like, That was me.
Yeah. Gangster. Straight gangster.
You know the rules. He said the rules was cool when we was making money. Ain't nobody making money. Let me tell you something. You not making money ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm making money. She's a gangster, dog. Listen, she was like, okay, I'll consider it. Two in that man. Tracksuit Mafia. She's going down. Fisk is diabolical, bro. Having Bullseye moved out of maximum security into general population is diabolical. It's diabolical. He's supposed to be dead. They're gonna kill him. Put him in gen pop. How did he survive as long as he did? Why wasn't he already dead by the time? Matt gets the. Oh yeah, by the way, Poindexter wants to talk to you. He wants to see me for. My man said good riddance. Cool. He put him in gen pop. Okay, cool.
I'm not losing no sleep over that one.
He ain't even asked who did it right away. Who did it? Okay, we know what this is. But then he knew that meant they were trying to hide something.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what. So here's what I want to know. Wait. As we near like the end of the last episode, and I mean, we knew Bullseye was gonna get out. Like that wasn't even like
it was
definitely gonna happen. And there wasn't even a moment where I thought he was going to actually tell him who he was working for. I'm not even positive that Matt really has it figured out. I'm not positive about that. Because right now I can't figure out why it would really be her, but I could,
Mm-hmm.
When he shows up to the party, and is like talking to her but not listening to Heather. Like listening to like
everything else.
Yeah. Out in my man about being a swordsman. Dog, who is the Kingpin? Kingpin got snitches.
Straight up.
Where is he getting this information from? How does he know that?
That's a good question.
Getting into that old Kingpin bag. Plus the having the powers of the mayor.
Because, dog, I was just complaining about, like, there's not really enough vigilantes for him to have a vigilante task force.
And then the swordsman is
like,
he about to make the vigilantes out here.
I know you're the
swordsman. The swashbuckler. We gotta stop this.
And look, the second he said that, I said, pause. I just Googled, like, this a real dude? Okay, he is. Okay.
If you don't remember in one of the first episodes, when they were doing like the BB Urich like news on the street joints, like there was a scene where like he's out there in the all black looking like Zorro.
Yep.
Carson Brown was in like Marcy Projects or whatever, like getting it in. So like, and when I knew that's who he was. Like I knew who he was from the other show, from Hawkeye. But so having him again as the cameo that links this to the MCU, him being another cameo, they set him up like he's a villain or whatever in Hawkeye, and then it turns out that he actually is this vigilante, right? So Matt's listening to like all these different things going on, and it's a little like it's a weird kind of a pent-up aggression that he has, and I'm not sure what his plan is, dog. Like I don't know if he just feels like I can expose you. You're not just gonna come out here and threaten me. I will step to you as the Matthew Murdock. Like you can't did something to me or put hands on me, everybody will just see you assaulting this blind man or something. Like it'll be like, I don't know what his plan was, bro, but he was so unhinged. I'm like, this feel.
When he went in and split up their dance, started dancing with Vanessa. I'm like, bro, you wilding right now. Like you.
Mm-hmm.
He was, but that point was like that though.
It was.
He was like that though, bro. Like, and I was waiting for him to just like out himself to Heather and be like,
"Yo,
I'm Daredevil.
I'm Daredevil.
I'm Daredevil. Shut up. I'm trying to do something.
Just follow my fucking lead."
But you know, you can't do that because she'll be like, "What?
She'd freak out in the middle right then. Yeah,
right in the middle.
So she also doesn't understand his hypersensitive hearing and like you know whatever, how he's able to hear what he can hear and all that kind of stuff. Because my man was definitely on his way to make the confrontation of the century.
Oh, he was. Oh, he was.
Hey, no, real talk.
He was locked in.
Listen, he has a girlfriend who was literally just a hostage, and a man sliced her entire forearm open. And then she said, "I'm leaving," and this man said, "No, you're not." Hold on, dog. Relax, Matt. What are you doing, dog?
Well, he's becoming unhinged. Kingpin got him going crazy.
He was like, "You going with me? We're going up here right now." Like, what? What do you? And like the way he's acting and not explaining anything, and everybody is snapping on him,
right?
Including Cherry.
Yep.
You know, Cherry, I get, but I also don't get it. You know what I mean? But I do love that it was like going back, standing in front of Josie's, her saying like she's thinking about reopening, and then her being like, "You know what? It's fitting you're here. We should do this shot of O'Melveny's," and it's just like, "What do you mean he wasn't drinking O'Melveny's?" She's like, "Yes, he was, dog. Like he definitely." And I'm thinking in my head, like, I know that I'm pretty sure he overheard him telling her about the O'Melveny's when it happened. And she's like, "He never finished the shot, so we should finish it." And so he knows that means that they were celebrating. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When that started happening, I thought he was about to be like,
"Yeah,
he's not really dead." Something like I thought he was going like.
I did love the callback to Foggy though, kind of being like helping them figure things out a little bit more. Like, okay, it was the whole toast thing they were having with the drink. I did really like all that. I did appreciate that. But that was a cool callback to him. Yeah.
But now it has me thinking. Because I know that in the comics, Foggy faked his death and ended up in witness protection. Is it possible that someone who they know hired Bullseye, someone who's a good guy, hired Bullseye to help fake Foggy's death to move Foggy because he knew he was going to win that case or whatever it was, and that it's actually not Vanessa. Like right now, he was in his bag like she did it because he jumped to conclusions.
Yeah, he jumped.
She said to Kingpin, "I gotta tell you something." Now I don't know what that was.
We'll find out hopefully next week or whatever.
Oh, there ain't no option but to find out next week.
Well, there's always
it was man.
But we don't know what she was getting ready to tell Kingpin. He's like, "Not here," which he knows that Matt can hear, so he's not because he's been talking. He's talking to some.
That was cool. Yeah, him talking to him just enough so because he knew he could hear him still.
Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah,
he's like, "I know you listening to me, so I got some things to say to you, buddy. I'm gonna say some things to you, get them all riled up." Dog, yeah, getting riled up enough to cut in and swap dancers was crazy. And then the dog seeing Bullseye. First of all, don't be the officer that got your eye taken out by a tooth spit at you. Don't be that. Man's got out and made it directly to the party, bro. like straight to the joint. Knows Kingpin is the person who sent him in the general population because he's like, I'm finna kill Slim. And at first, I wasn't sure who it was gonna be. I thought he might try to take out Vanessa, you know, or something.
I was wondering too. So like, somebody's about to catch a bullet from him. Is he not missing his? He not missing his target. Like one of them was it. One of them four is getting shot right now.
Well, how'd it turn out, Jokes?
Well, Matt took that bullet. Well, let's say he like that was the last thing to see. Now it's funny because Bullseye, when he was having, what's his face, when he's having the conversation with him, and he made that comment about, you know, having to defend like his worst enemy when they were back in there. To fast forward to that, he ended up taking the bullet for Fisk. I was like, yo, that was some serious foreshadowing that they did in that moment for him. But for him to have to take the bullet for Fisk, it's like that conversation I want to hear. Once, and listen, I don't know if Matt just gonna pop back up, act like that joint didn't hurt or something.
I don't think that's how it works.
Nah, he got shot. Like he didn't have his armor on for maybe to possibly reduce the bullet or nothing. No, he took all that.
But yeah, Matt took that L in that go round.
Jumps in front of, I mean, just on some Secret Service, bro.
Yeah,
jumped in front of Fisk and ate that bullet. And then Muse didn't even try to fire another shot, like, which was kind of crazy. And nobody who was aiming, nobody fired any shots at him.
They just run around screaming, pointing guns up at him, or nothing. Just
Slim might have been airing clips.
At that point, you knew where it came from.
Like, yeah, because you don't know who else. So even if you're just firing shots for coverage, to force them to duck or something so that they're not, you know what I mean, continuing
keep raining down, yeah.
Who else they might try to shoot. Yeah. Nonetheless, now Heather stuck on the floor, on the dance floor, holding a Matt. The way that episode ended was exactly what it looked like when Foggy died at the beginning in the first episode. It was Karen and Foggy, and this is Heather and Matt in exactly the same position. Karen would have lost it because she.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, I'll be honest, man. It's just really, it's good writing for the most part. Like I have some issues, but like, you know, that.
Like I said, these last 4 episodes have me like back in, like fully invested in everything that's happening. Like I'm all the way back in now with these 4 episodes that we're talking about.
That back to front, man. That, like, again, those callbacks, the foreshadowing. It's like, again, you know Bullseye's getting out. As soon as you see Bullseye, he ain't got his hands tied up. You like,
I was happy that Bullseye was back. I was like, thank you. Like, y'all just killed off Muse. I got Bullseye back, and I know he could put the hands on Daredevil because he did all season 3 and then some when we started this off. So it's a real adversary for him. So yeah.
But also, if you're Matt, him being out is your fault.
Didn't finish the job.
No,
he busted his tooth out.
Yeah.
And got him put in there where they had to put stitches in his head in the first place, and that's how he got out.
Smashed his head against that table a few times.
He asked you to get him out. You got him out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fresh stitches. Interesting, man. All right, so where do we think the show is going? We got 1 episode left, and Daredevil.
Daredevil like it's on the shore, is on the shelf.
Needs to be born again.
Because
he's definitely bleeding out. Does Fisk save him?
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be that type of thing where I'm not owing you anything. You saved me. I saved you this time.
We need each other to survive or something like that. Something crazy like that. Like we feed off one of another or something. I can see that being a thing. So I think that's why Daredevil jumped in the way. Like he needed him to like probably admit to his crimes or something like that. Like wants him to publicly admit it or something like that. And like you can't go just like that off of no fluke shot or nothing like that. You need to pay for your crime. You need to pay for Foggy, all that type of stuff he'll put on him. Like I think that's why he jumped in the way. And Kingpin will probably, like I said, saving him, give him his retort back to something like that. Like, you're the one that got you're telling the one that got Muse off the streets. You know what I'm saying? When my task force or whatever couldn't get it done, you came back, you got it done relatively quick. You know what I mean? So I understand. Like, I need the Daredevil to help me, you know, clean up this city or something like this. See him kind of like not wanting to admit to it, but we work well in each other's lives. Something crazy, something like that. Like, we need to feed off each other. Like I said, something like that. I see that being something.
Probably take him to whoever fixed up his eye. It's like he gonna need some some extra. I don't know what it is because, bro, yeah, like you said, Matt's probably going. My guess is he's gonna die, and then somehow I don't know how they're gonna resuscitate him or whatever, bring him back. So it's like, oh, you're born again. I don't know at this point.
They're gonna call the nurse.
Yeah, we're night nurse at.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen though. Are we gonna get any cameos in the last episode?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, maybe one.
I'm thinking 1 year at least. I can see it.
How big though? Like, what are we talking? We talking Kamala's father kind of cameo? Or like, what are we talking?
I'm thinking Defenders level.
Ooh.
Who? Spit it. Who? You know, I'm not just gonna let you. Can't just say that. You got to talk about it.
Honestly, it would only be one of two Defenders that if that happened.
Please don't be Iron Fist.
But knowing all right,
y'all ain't see my man was saying like y'all should give him another chance.
I saw that.
No, I'm not giving you another chance, bro. Sorry.
Nah, dog.
Give him another chance. It's a different character.
They just go with one of the other Iron Fists. I think it just goes.
That's fine. Else. That's fine. I'm probably okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll pull it from some multiverse or something. Hey, dog, listen. It's interesting to me, right? That Bullseye said to him, in another world, you might be defending me, right? And it says the whole thing about defending your enemy or whatever. Hey, dog, if Owatu shows up at the end of this joint, dog, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Straight up. Who's coming to Daredevil's rescue? Is White Tiger's niece showing up wearing the amulet?
No.
Is Frank Castle coming back?
That's what I was thinking.
Punisher. Like all these fake corrupt cops who blah 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 off me? Nah, because they've already said they're gonna do another Daredevil. Like they said, Slim's coming.
Yeah.
I can see Frank. I can see Frank coming back, especially probably trying to take out the vigilante task force.
Trying to take out Bullseye. Found
out
Bullseye out. Because I don't know where Bullseye going now. So where do we go from here? If Bullseye is out, does Bullseye survive the last episode of this season?
I think so.
I can see it, yeah. With Matt being shot right now, depending on how fast they cooked through whatever they got in the last episode, for him to heal and come back and
back.
Yeah, because we already know that Bullseye has Daredevil's number for like when it comes to hand-to-hand stuff. Like he's been, I know he lost in the beginning, but like he actually banged with him like mano a mano. So
got that adamantium back, boy.
Yeah, I see him surviving this and reappearing in the next season.
I think the next episode opens with Matt in the hospital and Wilson Fisk coming to pay him a personal visit in the hospital.
Or is he already sitting in the hospital when we start? Is he already sitting in the room with him? Like sitting in the chair in the corner, whatever, watching over him?
No, he's not watching over him. Heather's watching over him. But he was about to spill the beans to Heather anyway. Like,
he was. That was a good time to get shot.
Because for real, Vanessa was like, does Fisk know that you sent Bullseye to kill Foggy? Does Heather know you Daredevil? Hey man, first of all, I'm asking the questions here.
Meek,
like, we ain't doing this.
Meek.
Hey Vanessa, you know you can get these hands right here, right? Won't nobody know. I can pinch you in two places and put you down.
Yeah, put you down for good, sweetheart. Don't play with me.
Like, come on, man. Hey, you know what be getting me, dog? It's like again, like I love that Muse had hands because he was a Taekwondo champion and lived with the Taekwondo. But like Matt is a trained ninja
and boxer. Yeah, like he's certified. Along with his, senses super heightened.
Hey, listen, those are on top of.
Yeah. And can take a hell of a beating.
Clearly.
Yes.
The question is, can he take? Hey, dog, listen. I don't know where Muse gets his supplies from, but my man got him a long range rifle off the easy. He just got off the prison bus. Mind you, I know that there are armed guards on the prison, but I know where they came from. They got handguns, bro. Nobody has. They not long distance. There maybe listen. They leave the guns in the watchtowers at the prison, dog. Like, where did he get that joint from? My man got in the only elevator that literally goes to, for whatever reason, the lighting rafters.
Right. Right.
Who's doing this, dog? Kevin from She-Hulk is who's doing this, dog. The automated machine. Is She-Hulk coming? She gonna show up?
She needs to. I want her to show up, but I doubt it.
She in San Francisco, though. She ain't supposed to be in New York.
Who knows? She took some vacation time off. Who knows?
All right, does Peter Parker show up? If he bring
that'd be so cool, but I'm gonna say no.
All right,
that would be a good. And listen, that would be a good save,
especially to the whole video.
Already announced Brand New Day. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in his movie, so Hail Mary, Peter Parker, Spider-Man or whatever showed up.
Hey, bro, if Tom Holland showed up in the last episode of Daredevil, dog, the internet's going berserk.
Yeah.
Berserk. I don't think that's happening. I think it will overshadow too much. Yeah, look, I mean, I think in some manner, I think Daredevil and Kingpin end up having Matt and Wilson end up having a conversation in the hospital in some manner where he's like, I should kill you.
Why did you save me?
Yeah, or something, right? And it's like, I'm trying to do the right thing. Like, you say you love this city. I love this city. You know what I mean? And like, can't have people like Bullseye running around doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you running around, you know
or
what I mean?
Muse. I
think it's going to be an interesting conversation to see where the two of them end up.
Agreed.
How it all lands, what it means for Heather. Because I was almost positive she was going to die.
Same
it's
here.
Not too, it's
it's not off the board for me either.
Easily finish her off, like
quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just look in the direction, pull the trigger, or just throw something at her.
All right, dog. Who sent Bullseye to kill Foggy?
Foggy?
Is it Vanessa? Right. You know what I'm saying? Is it Vanessa? Just answer that. Is it Vanessa?
If it's not Vanessa, to me seems like
I'm going with Vanessa. Yes, for now.
Behind Fist.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I think maybe eliminate any issues to what they're trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? In the criminal world, they were trying to prosecute him and all that kind of stuff. Foggy was in all that as a lawyer. So maybe it's like, let me just, anybody who may have any type of dirt or anything, just.
I was going to say that possibly her name got dragged into something. I feel like maybe that case that that he won or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there was something else out there that had her name pinned to it.
So the question is, what is it that the snitch, the witness that Foggy had, what information did they have? Who was that? Like, what happened with Slim? Because we show up like months later after that happens. I think it's 10 months or something like that. Like, there's a time jump.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened to that witness?
They ain't make it.
You know what I'm like?
That's a good question.
Okay. Were they after just Foggy or all three of them? All three of them.
I want to say all three of them, but the fact that they haven't touched.
But it seems like based on what Matt said when he was in the bar, he was like, Foggy was celebrating early. He knew he was going to win. He had it in the bag, so he knew something.
So maybe he had
So
a witness,
it
or
sounded like it was just Foggy's case, and maybe
you're right.
Matt wasn't on it, wasn't working on it or anything.
You're right. And so maybe he found a witness or something that tied to maybe what Vanessa was doing, or something like that, and she got wind of it because she got people, and decided, reach out the bullseye. Go ahead and take him out.
But it's interesting because she seemed so against, like, I don't know, the murdering and whatever. Like, run your drugs, do your thing. Let me launder this money through the art or whatever. But like, she wasn't about the people getting killed and doing all that. You know, it just seems slightly out of character.
Maybe it was something so, whoever the witness is, or maybe the information was something that was so crazy that she couldn't have it go any other way, but like it had to be finite. Like, let me get Bullseye to take out this issue to get rid of it, to make sure that it was done properly, no slip ups or nothing. He's shown that he can get it done.
Is it possible it's one of these corrupt cops that? Because here's the thing. I know that they pulled the task force together based on people all having their little Punisher tattoos or whatever. But is it possible? Because remember that BB went to the commissioner and was like, why are you here? What's up with your task force? Did you really put them together? Da da da. And him being like, asking her, like, did you know that he was the main suspect in your cousin and your uncle's? You know what I'm saying? Like, death. And she's like, yeah, I knew. That's why I'm here. I'm working. You know what I mean? Like, she's up to something.
Yeah.
You know,
put
whatever.
it out there to us and the audience. Like,
he was like, I got information on every dirty cop in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's an officer. So it could even be the same officer. Look, it's totally possible that the snitch dude that they were trying to beat up, that they were shaking down, because again, we never really came back to why they were shaking this dude down. Like, they know, we knew that dude was supposed to be feeding them information. Why are they beating him up?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's supposed to be feeding them information, like, why are they doing what they're doing to him? And we never get to that. We never find out what that is. So even though Matt listened to his heartbeat and it turned out to be true that he didn't know anything about who killed White Tiger, that doesn't mean that he didn't have something to do with something that would have outed him or got him in trouble and tied him to something else, and that he has something to do with hiring somebody to get Foggy killed. It's totally possible. It's 100% possible that that's where it's going. And that, to me, would be a really good callback, like to tie it all back to the same officer he'd been having run-ins with. Same Bama that caught him technically down in whatever, and he hit him in the face with the Billy Club joint.
Give that
put him out, dog, one time. Like, you know, it's kind of like they put him on the map, made you feel like he corrupt, he's up to something, he's blah, 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 and then took him back off the map when Matt heard his heartbeat, and it was like, all right, he really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we know Slim is dirty. We know that there's something going on there. You know what I mean? Something that has to do with something. And his partner died, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, whatever that was when Hector got involved. But what was the real shakedown? And clearly somebody got to the witness that Matt had, and like, and then he was like, nah, dog, I'm not. I don't even know what you're talking about. I was in my apartment the whole time. I wasn't even out there. So
I don't think we're going to get an answer to most of these questions with them having a season 2. I think they'll tie up this season in a nice bow, and then whatever's left on the table will get more focused on and locked in more in season 2.
What does that mean? What would they have to do to tie this season up in a bow with when you consider what questions are left in the air?
I don't know if you can necessarily do that.
Who hired Bullseye? Right? That to me is probably the biggest question right now, is who hired Bullseye to kill Foggy, right? That brings us full circle. If we're not getting an answer to that, what do they have to do to wrap this up in a nice, neat bow?
I think that's the biggest one. Get that answer and have whatever that is carry over into season 2.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't think we'll get. Maybe we'll get someone having a conversation admitting to it, but we don't find out who it actually is, and then we just leave that and go into season 2. Like, I really don't think we're gonna find out who it is, or it's just gonna introduce another new character at that point, and we may not necessarily know who the character. Well, you're not supposed to know who the character is, but when you see them on screen, it's like, oh, you know who the character is.
Okay.
Be the power broker.
Yep.
At least it's not witness protection anymore.
Yep.
Right.
Now it's what the hell is the power broker doing?
Nobody knows, dog.
Nope.
Broken power.
Got the Thunderbolts to find out that answer. Give it to me,
Broken
Feige.
Have to
Won't
cut the
happen.
scene.
All right. This has been your spoiler boys for Daredevil episodes 5 through 8. We will be back to discuss the finale, the last episode of the first season, and what has been a pretty good season. We'll see how they wrap it up.
Yep.
Next week. So thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you. See you on the next one. We're out. Toodles and loose.
Loading snacks.